Alright, so do you want to take your webcam from looking like this to looking like this? Well, here's how you do it. Alright, so the first thing we want to talk about is lighting. You can see right here, all I have on right now is the overhead light, and it looks awful. So the first step we're going to do is we're going to turn off all external lights. So now you may be wondering, well, what the heck? Now we can't see you. Well, yeah, there's no lights on in this room. I'm only being lit by my monitor screen itself. So the first thing you want to do is you want to have a light in front of you, which I have a ring light. Bam. One simple ring light. It's not directly behind the camera. It's off about 10 degrees to the left, because you normally want to have a light over here, and then I would recommend another light over here. I don't actually have one yet, but definitely recommend it. So that's the first thing you want to do. This is the bare minimum. Turn all the other lights off and get a ring light. If you can't do anything else, do that. Already, you can see how much better it looks with turning that overhead light off. Now, you want to get some other lights for the background. That's the next thing, and I have two RGB floodlights, which I will link to those in the description. Simply, find some colors that you like. I like red and blue. It kind of blends together well, so just turn those on, and bam. Now you get the nice little, background. So we're coming along. So that's the lighting situation. Like I said, add another fill light right here to light this side of my face, and it would look even better, which we'll get to that one day when somebody gives me some more money. But now what you want to do is you want to go into the camera settings itself. All right, so what you want to do now is you go into the camera and go to properties, and you see I come up like this, which is fine. But this is not the default way that it's going to be. So the first thing you want to do is go to a resolution and change it from default to custom. And then once you have it custom, change it to the max resolution that normally 1920 by 1080. Apparently this camera actually supports higher resolutions, but I would not use those. So just stick with 1920 by 1080. 30 is the highest that it does. And then in JPEG, that's all it has. Color space, you want to do the highest number that's available. So for me, that's 709. Color range, you want full color. You want all the color spectrum. And that will already make it look better. And then you also want to go into configure video, which in configure video, you go into the camera properties itself. And by default, white balance will be checked, and exposure, and normally focus. So you do, for this particular camera, I want focus checked because it has an autofocus option. And low light compensation, that's normally checked as well. So uncheck exposure. I normally drop it down to -5 and uncheck that and uncheck your auto white balance. And then that'll get you looking like this already looking better. All right, we're getting there. Now we can add two other simple things. So we've got lighting. We've messed with the camera properties, and now we can add some filters. So there's two things we can do, and the easiest one is a color correction. So you can come in here, and we'll have some settings. All right, so then once you add the color correction filter, you'll come in here and adjust these settings. So these are just the ones that I use. You can play around with it until you find one that works for you, but I use -0.13 for the gamma, and then -0.03 for the contrast, just reduce it slightly. And the brightness, ever so slightly, 0.04. And we move the saturation down to 0.58. And we're just gonna type that in, 58. Come on, 58. There we go. Get the color a little more saturated. And then obviously if you press enter, it goes through and does stupid things. And for the hue shift, nothing, and opacity 100. So boom. Already you can see the colors, they just pop and they look a lot brighter. And so it already looks better. And there's one more thing that we can do. There's another filter we can add called a LUT. And what a LUT does is it adjusts the color even more so. So this actually looks really good right now, But if you wanted to, you can go a step further and you can actually adjust that. So we have some default LUTs that we can use, as well as I have one. I have a whole package of LUTs, so I will send you guys a link to that in the description as well. And let's see. Here we go. Yeah, I have one specifically made for Logitech C922s, so I'll add that one on there, and you can see that makes it a little bit darker, but we can actually lessen that, you know, to your liking. So that's with it completely off, and then at about 0.45. There we go. I think that just adds a little more intensity to it, whereas with that, it's a little bright, a little washed out. Especially if you had that extra fill light, you're going to have more light, and you would definitely want to add the LUT in there just to kind of darken it up a little bit and soften it. I just like the way that looks. You're going to like the way you look. So add that in there, and then bam, and now you got that. So all you got to do now is boom, just look sexy on camera. That's all there is to that. It's really that easy. So like I said, the most important thing is your lighting. Get you a nice bright light on your face. If you don't have a ring light, you can simply use a lamp. Just put the lamp behind your monitors. Just you need a light on your face, pointing at your face. Preferably something up, pointing down at you like that. And then, you know, the RGB lights in the background just make it look cool. Those aren't necessary. It just kind of gets this cool effect. It makes it look like this. So, you know, hey, if you can... I don't know. What more do you guys want from me? What do you want, Steven? What do you want, David? But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you need any help with your camera or if you need help adjusting some more settings. But remember to like this video and hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell. That way you get notifications the next time I upload a video. And if you want to come check out the camera live in action, I stream on Twitch every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern. So I'll be sure to see you guys there. Until next time, later.